Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the after party. I bet you came back from Thanksgiving and your school wasn't burned down. Can't say the same for us. Burned, flooded, it's all the same. Welcome. Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda. I don't normally say my name.
I was going to say, wow, we introducing ourselves this time
just in
around.
case you did come back from like winter, the pre-holiday winter break, and your school did burn down. I just wanted to make sure everyone knows what's going on here.
I like the idea that we just introduce Amanda at the top of every episode.
Yeah.
Like in main feed episodes too, or like episodes too. Just like, hey, I'm Amanda.
And then the rest of us
moving
are
on.
just like, and you know who we are.
When you can figure out who Amanda is, you can kind of like looking at the North Star, you can kind of figure out who
triangulate.
everyone else is. Yeah.
I was going to say like a game of guess who.
Right.
That's really good.
I would like to know, just percentage-wise, how much our audience confuses Julie and Amanda and me and Eric. Like, how much are we flipped? Is it like 75% or is it like 30%? You know,
I think it has to be lower than 75. It
I don't
has
know.
to be lower
I
than
don't
75. Oh, no.
Are you more likely to mix up just the two women or the guys with beards?
well, Amanda, someone has also mixed you and me up once.
That's
so-
fine.
Uh-oh.
When did that happen?
I don't remember where, but because our voices are fairly on the same register. So
Huh.
I mean, everyone thought I was editing spirits the entire time, right?
You know what? What
You
can
know,
we do?
Make a podcast long enough, and I think everybody collapses into one person.
Mhm.
make a podcast long enough and you become
That's
the
true.
villain.
All the men have glasses and beards, and all of the women are bisexual and know a lot
It's not
about
wrong.
a specific niche.
It's not wrong. Speaking of which, lots to get to in today's after party, starting with, I will say, just what's the right word? A cornucopia of a question here from Jaya. What's happening? Huh? Who? What? Just generally at the Crazy Campaign. Eric, I saw that you were excited to address this question, so let me open the floor to you.
Excited.
What
Excited
else
is
happened?
excited is a word for it. You know, comics are weird, guys.
Yeah.
Comics are really weird. They don't have logical sense. They don't fulfill threads at all. I think it's because it's something like the way that American comics work is something close to kind of like oral tradition and storytelling, especially with DC, where DC comics, like the superheroes are like myths, like Paul Bunyan. Like Superman and Paul Bunyan are the same when you think about it. While Marvel has always been like, hey, Tony Stark, he has demons. Did you know?
Uh-huh.
So it's just like, I don't necessarily even think that all of these threads are going to be resolved. It's just like stuff happening at the same time. And also
Yeah.
like high school is also really weird all at the same time. And there are things that get resolved, things that don't, people who you realize have problems and you can't really do anything about them. I think Miriam is a really good example of this. I think where we're learning about Wraith is a really good example of this. Like, what do we do? Nothing. There's just this person who has a problem and they're 17.
Right. And much like high school does not resolve all of its threads, sometimes you're 33 and you still think about a mean thing that someone said to you when you were 16.
No,
Right.
Julia. No.
No?
That never happens.
I don't think so. Weird.
No.
Yeah, Brandon was 14 when that happened. I think.
Really, I thought TTRPGs helped us escape our reality, not dwell on it further.
I think it helps us work through trauma. But also in the same vein, much like comic books, there will be like a thread that is dropped by a certain writer. And then 40 years later, they were like, hey, remember that thread? We're going to bring that back. And that person's a new villain now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, every single campaign we do is very inspired by different types of media. So this one is very much inspired by the way the comics are told. You know, I've been listening to this really great podcast that is almost done called 52 Pickup over on Aftermath, where they're retelling where Alex Jaffe and Gita Jackson are analyzing this massive like comic book run called 52, where DC was like, we have to fill in a bunch of stuff. You guys go wild. And it came out weekly, right? It was very 24 inspired. And just like hearing the analysis of that and things that are referenced, it's like everything just goes backwards and forwards in time. But also like, there's just stuff we can't explain. It just is all happening. So I've been really thinking about the way of telling comic book stories, especially within the Powered by the Apocalypse structure, which is self-contained in one way. Like the arcs are very self-contained, but also kind of spiral outwards when you don't solve something in those arcs. So stuff's happening, but I don't expect everyone to like remember stuff. I don't expect everyone to be like, and then Miriam was happy because she found a mom and a dad and it was cool. Like I'm just not necessarily expecting that. Especially with the way the story's going.
Yeah.
Wow. Rip Miriam. Never gonna find a mom and a dad.
Oh, she's chilling. She's so happy. She has stew all of the time and she gets to go to a library. She's so happy.
Yeah.
The hot plates hadn't been invented when she left out for the forest for the first time. So
That's true. Fires had.
Fires, but not hot plates.
Yeah. Everyone go to the Tenement Museum in New York City to find out if hot plates were invented in the shtetl.
Good museum. Good museum.
Good museum. Figure out hot plates.
One of the threads that the question surgeon, Michelle Spurgeon, in fact, is surgically tweezing out of the cavity of the body of Join the Party. All right. Michelle says, at the beginning of the campaign, the crew stopped the kidnapping of the girl with the Jaguar god.
I love her.
Sam.
She's my favorite.
We are assuming she was wanted for Fatberg School, but now he's getting students because he broke Water's Edge Academy. What does he want those students for? Is he going to steal their powers, use their youthful energy to open a door to the multiverse? Who in their right mind volunteers to run a school for superpowered children? There's got to be some alternative motive here.
Can I put my theory out? Because I don't think Eric is going to give us a full answer.
Yes. Because this is a little bit of a who can say for sure.
It feels like a who can say, but I think if you are someone who's been fighting superheroes your entire life, chances are you probably want to influence the next generation of superpowered people.
Yep.
It's a long play. I like that. That's
a
smart.
long play, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's definitely got to be some of it, just like political sort of indoctrination.
Yeah.
For the next generation. But also I'm sure that some of it's just like petty winning, that he wants to get over on the wordsmith as well.
Could be part of it.
Yeah, in my mind, it's a combination between the two, like in the way that, the worst old man you've ever met wants to have like a building named after him on his college campus, even though he hates everything that happens on a college campus.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is kind of the vibe I've been getting of, Fatberg wanting influence, but also just like staying power because I don't know, like how much like villains are going for world domination, but what does it actually look like and mean? And I think taking away from wordsmith specifically and having a place where you can like influence what powered students think of as like the right thing to do is a pretty good version of that.
I bought an atrium on the University of Texas campus called the Brandon Grugle Anti-Woke Atrium.
Oh,
that makes sense.
Where'd you get that money from, bud?
It was really cheap. It was like $14.
Nice. Eric, any comment, or is this a who can say?
I'm not going to tell you. What are you
Okay, fair enough.
I think with Eric's abdication of the answer, I do think it's going to be youthful energy to open a door into the multiverse. Thank you, Michelle Spurgeon.
Oh, my God.
Because when in doubt, we know that it is the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
We do indeed. Folks, let's jump into episode 25. It's the start of the Purgatorio arc, where we begin by figuring out where all of us are living. Now, Julia, Brandon, did you guys think about where your characters would be now that school is condemned before being asked this question? Because I sure didn't.
No, I think it just kind of came to me in the moment, and it would make the most sense that Emily Slaughter, as a boss-ass business bitch, would have a Jupiter apartment and also a Lake Town City apartment.
Oh, it's so funny. I love that.
Well, in Lake Town City, all the apartments are like government subsidies and rent controlled, stabilized, and like basically free. So it makes sense that most people who were able to get them in the 80s, still have them.
It also, I assumed that Heroes for Hire, Emily Slaughter lives in corporate housing of some kind.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. She just doesn't care about any of that stuff. So she's like, yeah, my work will just subsidize my house. I'm not even there anytime. Yeah. It's just where I keep my swords.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She says, never leave value on the table.
I thought it was a fun question to ask you three because all three of you have, let me look at my notes, weird home lives.
Mm-hmm.
Weird home lives is what it says on this card. Weird home lives.
Does anyone have normal home lives, Eric?
Yeah.
Does anyone?
No, definitely not. Yeah, you ever talk to someone whose parents are together and they talk to each other every day? I'm like, this is a trap. That's not true. I disagree with that.
Where's the bear trap? I see it's gotta be somewhere.
It's not there. But for you three specifically, I was like, well, I need to hear what's going on with Connor and his aunt, of course. And then I literally don't know the answer for Rowan and Kraft. So I'm gonna figure that out.
Yeah.
Totally. And we are, of course, invited by everyone's favorite half demon, half mortal Wraith to invite us down to hell for our winter break. Eric, is this the winter break episode, and why isn't it skiing?
Oh, you guys
it was skiing.
It was
We got
skiing.
some
We did
skiing
some
in
skiing.
there.
That's true.
Some cross country.
Yeah, you decided to
Just
help
Aspen.
out a rat instead of going sledding.
Yeah.
I will put my foot down and say that cross country skiing, though, not skiing. Sorry.
No,
It's
it's
something
like
else.
it's like running but snow.
Yeah, it's like exercise, but for idiots.
Like snowshoeing is not running, but cross country skiing is running for is a bad cycling for snow.
Yeah.
Here's a great question from Discord user Great Brindlewood Bay Bake Off.
Oh, cute name.
I'm really enjoying seeing the main trio interacting with their classmates in a more, we're just high schoolers kind of setting. And I love specifically the concept of hell is cold with snow. It gives me associations to Norse mythology where hell, Hel, is cold and dark. As a person currently in Norway in November, it makes so much more sense to me that the worst place ever would be really cold rather than really warm. I can see, though, that warm was the worst nightmare of people in the Middle East, where it's much hotter normally. So, Eric, where did you take inspiration from this version of hell? I understood that it is just, quote, one circle of hell, and there are others, but I'd love to hear more about your inspirations behind the world building of hell.
Yeah, that's a great question, and thank you for giving me more credit than I did. I find like the world building behind Catholicism and Christianity at large hilarious. Like, have y'all ever looked at saints? They sound like summons from a JRPG.
Eric, I hate to break it to you. It's all funny.
No, it's all funny. I'm just saying specifically. I just find it really funny. So, I had said that like I really like parachuting into Christianity and cherry picking from it in the way that other people do from other religions and mythologies from all the time. So, like the fact that I was like, oh, it'd be really funny if like. Once we've been introduced to Christian Devil and tying Wraith to him, it felt like a very good excuse to kind of like just go off and do that. And then, of course, I wanted it to be a winter break episode, so it being snowy and going to a cabin, it just kind of all came together. And I'm like, yeah, this is where the children who don't think the Pope is real go to die. I just thought it was fun. I thought it would just be a fun thing to like throw myself into like Christian silliness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many of us on the recording have read Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Show of hands.
We all have at some point.
I mean, the ninth circle of hell is a frozen wasteland in which, like, it's the circle of quote unquote treachery, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Pretty close.
I love that. It's just like that info is just straight off Julius Dome. It's just always living there, right there in your forehead.
Yeah.
Next to the pasta shapes.
Yeah. The pasta shapes and also the circles of hell.
The other funny thing about it, and I think I alluded to this, I think Wraith said this, but like our idea of hell as fire and brimstone came from Dante's Inferno, which was who wrote Dante wrote it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got confused. I couldn't remember if it was the guy who we loved. The point is, Dante was writing Christian fanfic hanging out with Virgil. Like, yo, what if I went to hell and I hung out with my main man in hell? Wouldn't that be sick? And like, we've just all accepted that is, and he created it. Dante created the idea of hell being hot and fiery. So even, I think, Great Brindlewood Bake Off is giving us too much credit that it's not even in the Middle East. This is what an Italian man thought the worst thing of all time would be.
It would suck if it was cold.
It would suck so much if it was hot. I would hate it so much. But what if like it was all bad in different ways?
Well, it sounds like we need to add on to this canon because Sarah, KJRD, requests, please each give us another level of hell. Mine, it's going to be a waiting room where they are calling numbers, but they're in a random order. And several people who came in after you have been called before you. And you can't be totally certain that they're messing up because maybe they're going in for different reasons and there's a logic to it that you don't understand. So you don't feel confident in putting on your Karen wig for a minute and then going up to the front and being like, hey, can I speak to your manager because I've been waiting here for a long time. So you're just waiting there, paralyzed, unable to do anything. And that's it.
I love that.
And what is that circle of hell punishing, Amanda?
Oh, it's punishing people who cut in line.
Ah,
that's good.
Nice.
I have one that was made for Jews, which is that the doorways are a little bit too small to accommodate, to make it difficult for Jews and their horns to go through, and everyone's blood is too salty because, again, the people who made this hell believe in the blood libel and that Jews are horns, so you can't use the blood of babies to make matzah or any sort of bread. And then everything else is just kind of boring. It's like living in a retirement community. So it's just like very 6 out of 10 because all of the traps are not actually traps.
Bummer.
Interesting. I think mine is people you don't know are arguing like really aggressively over your head about a thing that you have a strong opinion about but cannot say anything. And that is the circle of hell that is punishing people who are too into other people's like hot goss.
Damn.
That's good. I like that.
Count me there. That's me.
Mine is like if you lived in like a country that was like, 200-300 years old. Democracy.
Okay.
No, boo.
All right.
Boo.
Escapism. Our podcast is escapism.
I was gonna say, I don't know, being on fire for all of eternity. That sounds bad. So yeah, I think maybe
That
just
one already
hell.
exists.
I was curious, and yes, hell itself is like not super in the Bible, but they do talk about. I looked it up. They do talk about a lake of fire and sulfur,
Mm-hmm.
and that has the beast and the false prophets. And
That's
you'll be
a
tormented
Revelation,
day
right?
and night forever. Yeah, it's all in the Revelations, of course, but so.
I only read God's old stuff. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, sulfur is a pretty bad smell. So
It is.
if you ever like stayed in a place that runs off of well water, pretty nasty. So
Mhm,
I think that's a fairly good literary device to choose.
I feel
Yeah.
like that way anytime I drink tap water that's not in New York City.
Episode 25 also closes with what at the time felt like a real reveal to me, but looking back, I'm like, I guess that makes a certain amount of sense, which is that if Wraith doesn't successfully get a job offer, she will end up working as the Angel of Death. And
Mhm.
I, for one, feel very invested in helping her not need to work for her dad,
Yeah.
the literal devil.
Yeah. Not if she
You
doesn't
know,
want to.
I go back and forth on this as a person because it's like, man, that's a cushy gig, you know?
Mm.
And like,
I should like that.
I'm sure you get paid in some form or fashion for it. Like, I don't know. That sounds nice to have job security, like forever. Like, that sounds good. I don't know.
I mean, does that make Wraith a Nepo baby, though?
Yes.
yeah,
Mm.
but that's fine.
In the way
she's-
that like the King of England is a Nepo baby, and you're like, yeah, that's you. That's your whole thing.
Huh.
Yeah, in the way that Apollo is a Nepo baby and that he controls the sun, I guess.
Mm.
I was thinking about Wraith as like Thanatos. I've been playing a lot of Hades too. So in a similar way of like, what do you do if like you're supposed to, if you got to go collect people's souls and that's going to be your job if you like don't go to Dartmouth? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Mm.
100%.
I am really curious what the sort of like job standing and academic situation is going to be when and if we get back to Water's Edge, because thinking about like the mentorship program still happening at the academy versus people choosing to do something that's kind of a surer bet at Fatberg School, I do think is really compelling. And so I am curious and nervous. And if there's a way for us to help Wraith get more options, that feels like a thing that at least Rowan would be really invested in doing.
Yeah, I mean, we should do that for sure. I mean, like, go to a guidance counselor, get some pamphlets on how to become an accountant, how to become the Angel of Death. It's all the same. It's all good.
Yeah.
And she could become the actuary if she really wanted to.
She's going to do taxes?
So stupid.
I almost said insurance. I'm like, no, that's the real one.
That's the real
not
one.
The joke.
And speaking briefly of our Water's Edge classmates, this is a question from Penguin about the previous after party, but I thought it was really fascinating. With the talk of consensual power dampening wristbands in the previous after party, I can't help but wonder how Powers would react to Rick trying to put one on. I feel like they would sense it as a threat and maybe attack themselves in trying to attack Rick. Maybe they'll let him hang around for fun, and this is the last straw for them to take over his body fully. What do we think?
I like the idea of your left hand slapping it out of your right hand. That's pretty funny. But I don't know. I don't know what would actually happen.
I can imagine the Powers, they would make it so that his body was incorporeal and then the bracelet couldn't attach to him or something.
That's
like
fine.
that.
Yeah. Or maybe his wrist just either becomes very, very small or very, very large.
Very true. Very true.
I love Rick Powers. What a cool guy.
What would happen, Eric?
One of those things.
One of
Okay.
those things.
Yeah, one of those things
Cool.
you guys had.
He just becomes so slippery. Just so slippery.
Yeah, that one. I've decided it's that one.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of NPCs that we love right upon meeting them, episode 26 opens where Mr. Mind interrupts Mario Party 4. We learned that Wraith's name is Sarah. That was crazy.
Mhm.
Eric, whence and wherefore Mr. Mind, a 1-foot-tall rat with psychic powers?
Yeah. Answer for your crimes.
Answer for the crimes.
Brandon, he was such a Rizzo the Rat. How dare you?
Excuse me, you bite your fucking tongue.
He's
that
like
that rat
Rizzo
was
the Rat's,
nothing like a
bad
Rizzo the
cousin.
Rat. A consummate gentleman.
I thought it would be fun to create a character who it was ambiguous whether or not who they said they were, and then like giving you an option to go do that thing. I thought, and because the teens are also just bored, like what you're gonna, because I tried to set up in the episode before that like Wraith does not want you all to go outside, so you just need to like play video games for 3 days, which is fine, I guess. But I think immediately dangling a plot hook, even if it's really odd, in front of you was a good idea, which is why I made him such a loser and really strange. And that the information about him was super ambiguous, even once we figured out what the deal with Mr. Mind was.
It was our world in which we didn't take him up on the plot hook there and just like continued to be like play video games.
Yeah,
I really thought about it.
Yeah.
100%.
But like, here's the thing is we make a podcast.
You
We do
could,
have to
though.
kind of, I know we don't have to take the plot hooks,
Julia, this is
but it
recorded?
feels like I'm doing a bad improv
Me
when
too.
I don't take the plot hook, Like I'm like, Eric's giving us a gift. We should take the gift.
You're not wrong, but also fuck Mr. Mind.
If you didn't do it, I think Mr. Mind might have become more insistent and then tried to make you help him, and then that would have escalated in a different way. But the fact that you just went with him, it's like, okay, sure, cool.
Yeah.
Something serious also happens in this episode, which is figuring out that Hedgehogio is definitively dead. So,
Yeah.
I mean, sorry to everyone who loves our characters. I was astonished and am still sad.
Yeah. Hedgehogio. All right. he loved
our-
Janet.
Our characters might have been friends with Hedgehogio, but like, who cares? I wasn't friends with
care?
Hedgehogio.
Brandon's feeling the way that I did about Smelly Haze in Campaign 3, where it's like, I know emotionally this character is supposed to mean a lot to me, but we did just meet her and now she's dead.
Nothing was funnier to me, which is Connor, in everything in recorded history that we've had on the podcast, just putting down a Hedgehogio, telling him Tenet sucks, telling him Christopher Nolan sucks, and then as soon as he died, being like, I'm going to avenge you, I am a paladin of Hedgehogio, this is going to happen.
I am of the Spike Lord.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true.
But Pointy Purple Penguin points out, if Hedgehogio is dead, does that mean Flaming Skull Guy is too? And the other people who were still in the ooze when it escaped. So what is our accounting right now? Who do we know to be around and who do we know to be dead?
So Hedgehogio dead. Flaming Skull Guy question mark.
Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rick-
then
Rick
Team
got out of
Cast...
the ooze. Team Cast out of the ooze. Right?
No, we didn't get Team Cast out of the ooze.
Oh, so
'Cause-
they have a replacement for him already.
Yes, Team Cast was replaced because Team Cast was also still stuck in the ooze. We managed to save Wraith and Powers out of the
Wraiths.
ooze.
Yeah.
I stand by our choices.
Yeah, me too.
Fatberg was like, oh, I'm going to make you choose who you kill. And you guys were like, yeah, not our
Okay.
favorite characters.
Make it harder to choose, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's zoom out a little bit. Mike asked in Discord, Season 2 had Anubis as the god of death. This season has the Christian devil and Dante's literary universe. What's your idea about how death works in Lake Town? Is Anubis the guy Wraith would be replacing as the angel of death, or do they coexist?
I don't know, man. Whatever.
Fair enough.
I don't know, man.
Fair enough.
I think there's something about comics where like everything exists at the same time. Where
Yeah.
like there is a thing, like Santa literally canonically exists in the DC universe.
Mm-hmm.
Which
True.
I always thought was funny.
I mean, so do gorillas. So,
And
like,
Ronald Reagan.
What are we doing here?
Like, gorillas, first of all, gorillas are the best thing that happened in comics. Being a gorilla is the best thing that ever happened in comics. So it's just like these things coexist kind of all at the same time. maybe there's an idea that like if you believe in a particular religion, you kind of just like go to the people who deal with you, or to the people who deal with you. And maybe Anubis has a larger domain that we give him credit for. Like maybe all the people who are non-religious fall under the Anubis umbrella when they die, you know? I don't know. I like that it all kind of just exists at the same time, and we don't necessarily need to figure out one way or another.
Yeah.
And also, have we seen a superhero die of old age? They
Not
die
that we
from
know of.
violence, but maybe they're like lobsters, you know?
Get larger and larger every year.
And then never die. Yes.
Never die.
Yes. A lobster simply will never die.
Nope. they're
Superhero
immortal.
is delicious in butter.
Mm,
Never
that's true.
tried it. Don't knock it.
What if we had eaten Mr. Mind?
That was on the table.
No.
Mr.
Dang.
Mind was such a doofus, though. I love Mr. Mind. I love all my babies.
I love all my babies.
They're my babies.
Here is a question disguised, or a compliment disguised as a question from Dallas. Eric, you said you had limited music ability, read Jewish folk songs, but then you just whip out an absolutely flawless rendition of Creed's One Last Breath. I think we might have witnessed the birth of a rock star.
No, I think doing an impression of Creed is different than being able to sing. I thank you, Dallas. That's so nice of you. But going, it's not the same.
Is that your go-to karaoke song?
No,
Should be.
I have to find new ones because all the ones I want to do are way too high. Like all the Fall Out Boy songs, and even like Mr. Brightside is a little bit too high because again, I don't have musical ability. But maybe I should have to learn Creed songs, and then I'll be able to sing it.
Yeah.
I think in good karaoke bars, you can change the key of songs too.
Really?
But maybe I'm crazy.
That's
I've
crazy.
never been to a karaoke
Wow.
bar where they were like, and pick your key.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just tell you the key. Maybe that's what I'm confusing.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's like imagine just doing like the bass part of a acapella arrangement of All I Want for Christmas Is You. Like if you're the bass, like all I want for Christmas is you. That'd be crazy. That'd slap. Sha, sha, sha,
I thought you were going to say like the acapella bass version of All I Want for Christmas Is You and just be like,
Boop.
do 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 da 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 do 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 chick chick chick. Do you have to do?
It just sounds like you're burping the entire time.
yeah.
Man, real alto memories being triggered here.
Yeah, for real.
Singing the bass line of River of Dreams. Oh, I know it. I know it.
Listen, we're just in the middle of the I've been walking in the. What
Yeah,
else
right?
was to do?
Constantly. I do want to get a little bit into the backstory of Mr. Mind. So No Hugs, Just Bugs asks, I'm a little bit struggling to connect the dots on Mr. Mind being part of a superhero team, being killed by his fellow superhero after turning said superhero friend in for gambling, but
2.
also being a mass murderer in his sleep?
3. Nailed it.
I think that's fair. I don't what
What do you think is fair about that, Eric?
Do those not connect?
I think that's a real, like, I'm going to tell my version of the story and it's going to make me look really good. And then all of it was a lie and we left a lot out by omission.
Yeah, I think it was the fact. That's what I meant was like the Mr. Mind was lying about why he got turned into a rat, but he's not like a villain per se. He was just kind of a jerk, and he definitely killed a bunch of people when he was sleeping, which is why he's in hell.
You know,
I mean, the villain's just how you look at it. I thought he was a villain, you know?
Yeah.
Just like because of, you know, who he is and how he exists.
I mean, you were asking, I think Kraft tried to figure out, like, who is this person?
Right.
And it was a middling success. And I was like...
yeah. I tried to do a history check
Yeah.
on this non-D&D podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You tried to do a history check. And it's like, well, all those things are true. He was working as a professionally, middle manager level. And... like, not really important. He did have a partner called Cinderblock who he did turn in for sports gambling, which I thought was really funny. But he also did a bunch of other stuff, which is the real reason why he's in hell.
Right. That makes sense to me.
Eric, how much of this is like postmodern superhero economics and social order? Because when we started Campaign 2, there was a lot of us thinking about, like, what does it mean for a place to get powers? And then roughly, 20 years after the powers come about, what does society look like? This is, a generation past that. And I think that Mr. Mind is a really good example of what it can look like to be like a morally dubious person in a world where being a professional super has always been an option.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it becomes a point where it's just like if you have powers and there's enough weird stuff happening, you have a job. And someone who is dubious or someone who doesn't really have control over their shit, I think can cause more harm than good, especially just in pursuit of, this being their job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think a lot of times when you're talking about any sort of superpower genre, you have to sort of reckon with the like, everyone has powers and not just good people have powers and not just bad people have powers. And now how do we solve that as an issue?
Even the rats with helmets have powers.
He wasn't a rat when he died, though. He got turned into a rat later. In hell.
Everybody knows this.
Everybody knows this. I just like that he ended up being Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that for me.
All the Julia's out there, very pleased by that choice.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And before we get out of episode 26, we of course meet a murder of crows that coalesces into a single giant crow that really is coveting Kraft's bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
There are so many, I can't untangle Kraft as a stoner from this campaign, but this feels like such a particularly good moment where it's like, what could the giant crow want? I know. These Doritos here in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Now I must, as a representative of the crows, I must say out loud, this is a giant corvid because there were ravens.
Yes.
So giant corvid. The crows will not take such libel or slander in their.
Eric stressed that it was corvid and not specific crow, raven,
etc.
That's
on me. That's
right.
On me.
It was random black, devilish
burbs.
Corvid birds.
Amanda, they will take peanuts as restitution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, how many peanuts equal one bauble?
Like 46, I think. I forget the exchange rate exactly. It's sort of like Australian dollars, I think. So it's pretty close.
Okay.
Depending on the economy.
Yeah, depending on the economy. Yeah,
that's true. Every day a corvid sniffs the wind and says, "What's the gold standard today?" And what does that mean for my exchange rate?
Can we all go around and say what we think the corvid's favorite flavor of Dorito is?
I only know 3. I think.
Okay, sure.
Normal not Cheeto flavor. Normal cheese flavor, whatever the nacho flavor.
Nacho cheese, yeah.
And then Cool Ranch, and then there was like a chili, like a hot chili, sweet chili. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the only 3 I know.
I think I was in the purple bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like a taco, I guess.
There is a late night taco out there right now.
Ooh.
Which is pretty good.
I didn't know there was a salsa verde. I want that one.
Oh, yeah, is that like a common one? It doesn't seem common.
I don't think it's common, but that seems great.
That's a rare holographic Dorito.
So I'm just saying limited edition is an option. My option is golden sriracha.
Oh, yeah. I haven't tried those. They look good, though.
They're really good. Brandon?
Yep.
They're really good.
Oh, wow.
I don't even like Doritos that much. I love the golden sriracha ones.
How can Doritos are like the cheat code of food. They're the best food ever.
I had a childhood experience where I was sick and then I ate Doritos and then it was not a pleasant experience.
Sure,
so
sure. That's fair.
I was turned off by them for a while.
That's fair.
Same.
I do hate the Cool Ranch, though, so everyone gets mad at me when I say
agree.
That.
You hate them?
I don't like Cool Ranch.
I don't like ranch at all in general.
Oh,
like the commercial ranch. I'll like a homemade ranch. It's better, but
commercial ranch.
Commercial ranch. Yeah.
I was attacked by Chris Evans as a child, so I don't like triangle-shaped men or triangle things. So
makes sense.
I'm sorry that you have to exist on this podcast with me, then, Eric.
Oh my god.
This is like really awkward because what I was gonna bring out is baby Cool Ranch Doritos, by which I mean like very, very small, like the size of Tic Tacs, so you could have like several dozen in your mouth at once. But I'll just go fuck myself as I go into the kitchen to read our fucking mid-roll. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Amanda. This midroll is brought to you by the soothing effects of local honey. It's good and everything, y'all. Thank you so much to everybody who took advantage of our 30% off annual membership sale on Patreon. Jennifer Simmons, you snuck in right under the wire on November 30th, so thank you very much for joining. We hope that you, Jennifer, and all of the folks who have joined us as paid members on Patreon are enjoying the benefits you get by giving us some of your hard-earned money each month, or in your case, each year. That includes our very wholesome patron-only Discord, where you can respond to the questions that we say in the after party and our takes and thoughts, and we'll write back to you. It's amazing. There's a bi-weekly party planning episodes, a discount on our merch, as well as ad-free eps. Join us today at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. Multitude, our podcast collective, is chock full of great podcasts for you to enjoy. And yesterday, as I record this, I had the pleasure of meeting for the first time Deboki Chakravarty, co-host of Tiny Matters, which is a fabulous podcast all about tiny things, from molecules to microbes, that have a big and often surprising impact on society. Because science shapes every single part of our lives, even though a lot of its influence is either overlooked or buried in the past. So Tiny Matters looks at everything from deadly diseases to forensic toxicology, all the way to the search for extraterrestrial life, and stuff as mundane and everyday as the placenta, as Sam Jones and Deboki embrace the awe and messiness of science and its place in history and today. If you want to think about science in a way that is awe-inspiring and realistic but not depressing, Tiny Matters is the show for you. New episodes come out every Wednesday right here in your podcast app. We are sponsored this week by Uncommon Goods, because the holidays are, in fact, almost here. My calendar switched over to December, and I said, uh-oh. But if you, like me, still have names on your list to shop for, you don't have to panic. Uncommon Goods truly makes holiday shopping stress-free and actually joyful, with thousands of one-of-a-kind gifts you can't find anywhere else. You'll discover presents that feel meaningful and personal, never rushed or last minute, no matter how last minute you are in reality shopping. They look specifically for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the USA. Many of them are crafted by independent artists and small businesses, so it truly feels special and thoughtfully chosen. For me, my youngest brother is getting married in a few days, and I wanted to get him and his fiance something exciting for the holidays that is not a wedding present, but is related to the wedding. So I got them this beautiful keepsake box from Uncommon Goods, where they can stow all of the little things they get and keep from their wedding, like boutonnieres and flowers and pins and postcards and all the small little things that they may want to look back on, but would otherwise just get kind of like chucked in a bin somewhere. Now it's in a beautiful box that they can keep on their shelf and look back at. I really, really loved it. Whether you are shopping for parents, kids, teens, sports fans, foodies, mixologists, gardeners, I promise you're going to find something great at Uncommon Goods. With every purchase you make, they also give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice, and have donated more than $3.1 million to date. So don't wait. Make this holiday the year you give something truly unforgettable. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/jointheparty. That's uncommongoods.com/jointheparty for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary. Okay, folks, I'm back with just a bag of shredded carrots. How does that suit you, Brandon? Is that better?
Ooh, carrots might be the worst vegetables.
Brandon, what are
that's
saying?
crazy. What?
Brandon.
They're not bad. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying carrots are bad.
You just said they were the worst vegetable.
Yeah, but all vegetables are good. So, like, you know,
Okay.
it's pretty high up there.
Okay. So, Brandon, I want to clarify something. Someone put out like a crudité board, right?
Yes.
And there's like celery, and there's sliced bell pepper, and there's carrots. Which one are you picking first?
Probably the bell pepper.
Insane.
I do like a pepper.
Insane.
Yeah, Lauren hates bell pepper, so I understand that.
I also do.
Usually there's a broccoli on there, and usually I go for the broccoli, and then I eat it, and I remember that raw broccoli kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So.
How about cauliflower? You take a limp
Brandon
cauliflower?
Brandon just said all vegetables are good, and then said broccoli sucks though.
Raw.
No, raw broccoli.
Okay, all right.
Cooked broccoli fucking slaps.
Insane.
Why are you surprised with his opinions at this point?
I'm not, but like it just, there's something in me that like it gets my heart rate going when I hear a Brandon food opinion. And like,
Do you
it's
guys really
nice.
love carrots that much?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, carrots are great.
Why?
Because they're
very
good.
versatile. They're good in every form.
And sometimes they come in shiny colors.
Yes.
They do come in shiny colors.
They're
yeah.
great for dipping.
Okay.
Like, carrot tastes good with any kind of dip.
I'm not saying it tastes bad. I'm just saying it's like,
It's just the worst.
it's just not good.
Oh, we're here in the podcaster circle of hell where we have to listen to Brandon talk about it.
I think also the problem with carrots is that you get a bazillion of them anytime you either buy them or get them. Like in my CSA, we get so many fucking carrots that we're just like, I don't know.
Okay, I'm uncovering the
Oh,
trauma now
poor-
behind the
I
carrot.
will say though,
Brandon.
carrot cake, one of the best cakes.
Okay. Sure. Fine. Whatever.
Okay. You know,
I feel like, you know what, Eric, to your point of this being podcaster hell,
Yeah.
I think it would be worse listening to it and not being able to respond in real time to Brandon's. Like, the listener experience of what's happening right now is so much worse than what I'm personally experiencing listening to Brandon say shit like that.
You're welcome.
and that's how we go to patreon.com/jointhepartypod, join the Discord, and then argue with Brendan there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's great.
Food takes. I'll take you all on, motherfuckers. Let's go.
He will.
Bring it.
All right, let's get into episode 27. It's Purgatorio 3.
Purgatorio.
Extremely good. Thank you, Julia.
You're welcome.
Reminds me, question from Mike. With the amount of Mario mentions in the latest episode, I am worried Nintendo will send their lawyers. What is our plan if Nintendo's lawyers break down her door? I assume they're all kind of like Jumpman style, and they're going to like jump into the house.
Ding, ding,
like,
ding, ding.
Now, here's the funny thing is that I don't know this. I don't have any insider knowledge, but I'm pretty sure that Drawfee did get like cease and desisted by Nintendo
Really?
Really?
That's funny.
because they did Todd from Mario, and it was like that weird drawing that it looks nothing like Toad, obviously.
Mhm.
But so this is my point is this is a possibility. We could get cease and desisted by Nintendo. So
I think talking about it is fine.
I
I
don't
don't think
know.
that they're going to come for us because we're not visually trying to pass off characters.
do you know law in the Mushroom Kingdom though, Julia? Because I don't.
don't.
Yeah.
That's not my specialty.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't take that undergrad class.
Once we eluded the Pokemon Company for selling Grumfungo stickers, I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Grunfungo is a perfect little unique baby, you know?
Yeah.
That's
And,
true.
I mean, he was kind of AI generated, but before AI was problematic.
hmm
That's
you know?
true. That's a very
That is
And
true.
he's for trans rights, therefore it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here's a question from No Hugs, Just Bugs, because we got deeper into the Team Cast lore in this episode. So, Bugs asks, was the battery from Team Cast 64 a soul vessel that could have been used to free Mr. Mind and or transport Hedgehogio?
Yeah,
Sure was something.
maybe. Yeah.
It seems like it's something.
It was
and
shiny?
it bothers me that I haven't gotten a straight answer about it yet.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like that
maybe, yeah.
Powers doesn't know what's up, but rather, I don't like that Rick doesn't know what's up, but the Powers seem to. And he's just like, yeah, that seems okay to me.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's how he goes through life, though, you know?
Fucker.
Rowan's over here short circuiting. Like, what do you mean you're alienated from your source of power? I don't get it.
I mean, we sure did walk into one of our favorite things that happened and join the party, which is let's see if Brandon takes a deal.
That's later. That's later in the episode.
The answer is always no. I'm sorry.
No, the answer is yes, and then he reneges on it immediately.
Yeah.
A question here from Casey. So, Eric, how's it feeling to get the second kill in this teenage superhero game? And also,
Double
how
kill.
long has Hedgehogio been dead? Was it as soon as they didn't rescue him, or did that happen later? Following, Brandon, I didn't think Connor was as close friends with Hedgehogio as it now appears he was. When did these two hang out enough to really have a good friendship? And what was their favorite thing to do together?
Well, the answer
with
is
a-
watch
with-
Tenet.
With a spicy U in there as well in the favorite.
Mhm.
I have to say, one, my answer / question to that first question is, how long, Eric, does it take a hedgehog to dissolve in ooze? And was it super painful to die?
I guess it was more inspired by the fact that you guys were sitting there with the ooze, and when you were doing the stakeout with Wordsmith, right? And you're like, "Oh, this is a mirage. This is a lie. What are you talking about?" And I'm just like, "No, it's not. Like, no, it's not." But I didn't feel like correcting you. I was just like, "Okay, I guess that's true." So I guess I just wanted to move forward with that. So Hedgehogio definitely got dissolved in the ooze. Like that definitely happened. You guys saw it. You just decided to ignore it and not process it, which is fine because humans don't process things all the time.
So was it super slow and painful? Was my question.
Oh, well, he's in heaven now, so I guess it's chill.
He's in
So
heaven
the
now.
trauma
heaven
gets
now.
erased at his brain.
He's in heaven now. I like
He's
what
in
you were like.
Christian heaven now.
Connor was like, "Oh my god, Hedgehogio's in hell," and I'm like, "No, he's not."
Well,
he's a good
did
boy.
Hedgehogio believe in the Pope?
Yes.
Apparently.
There you go.
Yes.
Hedgehogio, the one NPC who is Catholic.
Yeah, no, he was Hedgehogio was Episcopalian. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what it means. He loves
Well,
fish.
then he wouldn't believe in the
He's
Pope.
unschisming? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
He eats fish on Fridays. That's what Episcopalian means, right?
I like the idea that the antagonist of the Christian devil is the Christian Jesus.
Don't worry about it. No, I didn't want Hedgehogio just to be happy. But yeah, that happened. No, I thought it was funny. I really did think it was funny that all of a sudden Connor is like, because it aligned with his current like value system, and because he was already mad at Wordsmith about this, and now is doubling down on it. Now he's like a paladin of Hedgehogio. That felt very like teenage to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's like lying about it. I think he does actually feel it, but he's also at the same time just using Hedgehogio to get his ends, you know.
It was a very like Degrassi teen drama thing for me. Like when someone dies in a car crash, you were all like their best friends. Very like Dear Evan Hansen as well. I really liked
Two things
that.
I have not seen.
You know, like when someone in high school dies and everyone was their best friend, so they can get like the brownie points of like being around them, you know, in a way that that happens very closely in like a pressure cooker like high school. So I thought that made total sense to me. I thought it was funny, but I also thought it made total sense.
Yeah. And like perhaps it's a who can say, a bit of a spoiler, but we might address it in the future. Who can say?
Who can say?
Might get there.
Might get there.
God, I hope so.
One important thing that we also learned in episode 27, just around like the world building of this universe, is that crocs and therefore gibbets do exist, or I should say gibbets and therefore crocs. So an important question here from Stephanie K. What gibbets would your characters have? And Eric for the NPCs. I think Rowan would never be caught dead in crocs.
I think this is a better question is like, do our characters own a pair of crocs? And then enough to own gibbets for them?
I feel like Kraft would own a pair of Crocs for like around the house or like running errands outside and then coming back inside immediately. However, I don't know that she would care enough to get gibbets. But in the honor of the question, I think like a little thundercloud with a little lightning bolt coming out of it.
That'd be cute.
And then obviously a marijuana leaf.
Yeah. I can find those on any corner down at Prince Street.
Yeah.
Like multiple.
For sure.
Rick Powers has Crocs and also got free gibbets when he saw Wicked for Good. So he just decided to put them
nice.
on his Crocs.
Stolen by sexual valor.
Mm-hmm.
I think I already answered this in the show itself.
The episode, yeah.
So yes, he does have Crocs. I forget what the gibbet was.
Didn't
It's
I
like a
say
disco
like a
ball?
disco ball because that it was shiny and that's why the Corvid wanted to grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What color
think-
are Connor's Crocs?
Oh, I always imagined in my head the green because that's what they originally were. But
Yeah.
I like the idea maybe of like a two-toned like swirl or something of like blue and white or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, sure.
That's cool.
Nice.
But I think he would just collect random gibbets. So I think he would have like gibbets of like a bunch of shit, and his
Mhm.
Crocs would be covered of them. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now I want to know, Brandon, what was your fucking dump truck ass? Brandon,
Milo.
what
Milo.
gibbets would Milo have?
Keep that all in,
Yep.
please. Thank you.
Nope, sorry. What gibbets would Milo have?
Milo would have a cat, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he would like take a Sharpie to it and like cross it out with a big X.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I was
Ghost
trying to think,
emoji.
how do you represent like gay repression with your friends in a gibbet?
Wicked for You gibbets.
Oh no, it's the emoji of two men holding hands. Then you say it's about friendship.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the meme, but they were roommates, but it's a gibbet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, great idea.
Sure. Sure.
All right, let's get into the nitty gritty of this deal with the Christian devil. First of all, I feel like I just need to like air and say on the record on this show that it's crazy that Brandon Grugle decided to make a deal with the Christian devil in this game.
I'm shocked. Truly.
Before we start, I would like to bring something up. Hey, did you know that I asked every single one of you what your character's worst fear was?
Yeah.
Yes, and Slack. Yeah. Sorry, I got confused because you also asked me what I would want to eat in a.
And then I also asked what your
station.
favorite snacks would be,
Mhm.
which I introduced in campaign 1, which I introduced in episode 1. Did you know that I asked each of you this question?
I assumed so. Yeah.
What was everyone's answer for the food one?
What was y'all's? Because mine was Takis and cherry vanilla Coke, but I didn't
Kraft's
remember any
was
other snacks.
Bad takeout tacos. Connor's was
Like from a pizzeria.
Yeah, from a pizza place, right? Or from Jack in the Box, right?
Yeah.
Connor's was Takis and cherry vanilla Coke, and Rowan's was rum raisin ice cream.
Oh my God. Rowan.
Yeah, I said what I said. I'm an old Jewish man. What do you want?
So I want to say that, like, I started out by asking each of you what your worst fear was, and I guess this is what I get, that putting Connor in that situation, I spell out Connor's worst fear, and he's like, that's fine. No, I don't want to do that.
I mean, it's easy to do that when you're faced with the actual literal Christian devil. Like, you kind of just be like, anything he says, no, you know?
Mhm.
That's fair.
I'm not like fucking, I don't know who got tempted by the devil in the Bible, but someone in the Bible got tempted literally, you know? Just a dude.
Yeah, but then you could be like Robert Johnson.
That's true. Well, he didn't offer me cool guitar skills, Eric.
Well, if he had.
He offered you acceptance. He offered you what you wanted.
Here is a great question from Spaceman Namecaps. What is the thing the Christian devil could have used to tempt each PC into the deal?
Mm.
I think for Rowan, this would be some kind of like, almost like a who's blue guy dick out.
Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan.
I remember this because this is what Amanda asked me this exact question when I asked her what her greatest fear was.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I think the greatest temptation side of that would be a way to fully execute my powers with guaranteeing I would never hurt anybody. And the sort of like monkey's paw of that would be, you know, a total dictatorship or total isolation or something along those lines. But I think being able to say that like Rowan could guarantee she would never harm anyone she loves, that would be the temptation.
But that also leaves innocence available. Like you could harm an innocent. And
any version of that promise leaves something out, you know?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the literal devil, so we have to assume that there is some sort of monkey's paw situation happening here.
Yeah.
My problem was the fear that Kraft had by making a deal with the devil immediately creates the situation that Kraft fears the most. So it just doesn't work for her, you know? And like, I think I said that, I don't know if it was on mic or off mic, but I was like, Kraft cannot take this deal. There is no world in which no matter what is being offered, Kraft is going to agree to a deal with the Christian devil.
That makes sense. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Eric, if you had offered Connor a way to get out of the awkward situation with his aunt and make her change her mind about what she said, he would have taken that deal.
Brandon, this is why I asked you what your greatest fear was.
That's not my greatest fear, though. That's just a teenage child getting out of an awkward situation easily.
And as we know, Brandon loves to get out of awkward situations.
You gotta ask
easily.
specific questions.
I did. I thought that by aligning your greatest fear, I would have got you. Oh, God. This is, oh, man. Cool. Yeah. See, here's a DM fact. Here's a fun DM tip for all of you. No matter what you try, something else is going to happen. It's just different. You can't control anything. Just do it and then see what happens.
It's pretty good advice.
Good life advice, too.
Yeah, don't plan on things going well because something else will just happen because you didn't ask the right question.
Well, that's not what I said.
That's just anxiety, baby. Don't plan on things going well.
Don't plan on things
brain.
going well because you're going to try it and this is not going to happen.
Here's a question from Mr. Idulacy. Is Wraith mad at Connor for not taking the deal to get her off the hook?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I don't think we addressed it at all, so I hope not, but
What do you think,
hopefully
Julia?
I don't know. I don't know if Wraith was really relying on Connor to get her off the hook for the Angel of Death deal, right? Like, I think there is a certain amount of understanding, at least from Wraith, of being like, this is the situation I'm in. It would be cool if my friends could help me, but I also realize that maybe they're not capable of doing that.
And also, does Wraith really depend on Connor for anything?
Yeah, that would be a first.
Probably not.
Fair. An important question that I know has been on all of our minds. I think I'm going to direct this one at Eric, probably. This is from Bianca. How does Brandon keep getting into these one-on-one sessions with deities and making deals he's supposed to follow through on?
Deities just love me, you know? Like, you
Deities
could say
love
that
me.
I'm God's favorite. Or God's favorite, you know, like plural and possessive.
Mhm.
I'm not going to tell you have to say that, but you could. So
Yeah, Brandon's God's favorite. Yeah. I think it literalizes probably the thing that Brandon does the most as a character. I think this was related to why do I keep making characters that are doppelgangers of Amanda's characters? In that it literalizes.
What's my through line?
Your through line is that I just let you cook, Julia.
I do what I gotta
That
do.
I let you cook, and then I follow, and then I just like, okay, here's the thing. The thing you said, I'm just gonna build on that. That sounds great.
Nice.
Where in the way that like I kind of understand Amanda's characters and can make something 1 degree to the right or left. For Brandon, it's like I find that Brandon likes doing big things that have consequences, and he goes, don't worry about the consequences. And like this literally literalizes it, right? Is like I'm giving Brandon an opportunity to do something huge, and then if he does or does not do it, there will be consequences. And we all heard it, we all saw it, and we have something that has enough power to make his life a big problem. So it just feels Brandon's also the one who's most likely to put himself into that situation. So I think that like everyone always has these opportunities, but Brandon's characters are just the ones who say, I want to go do the deal first before anyone else does. And I think that's part of it. It also helps that like Brandon's characters are also almost always totally messed up in some sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
So like Umbi was like gonna die, and then that's why he had this conversation. And then Milo didn't get to have a deal with Anubis, but that was part of it. Oh no, but and then Milo met Anubis because he was totally weird, and like it was fun to make a thing going on with that just made itself very clear that like Milo tied himself to a deity in that way. So it's just like lots of reasons, but literalizing Brandon's playstyle, I think, is why he keeps getting into deals with gods.
Here's the thing with consequences. You don't know what they're going to be until they happen. So why worry about them?
Incredible. It's never occurred to me.
Yeah. Everyone with anxiety just needs to stick that in their brain, you know?
Yeah.
God, I wish.
That would solve all my problems.
What a fantasy.
I'm realizing now the only time I've got to make a deal with a god was the Camp-Paign. And not really. That's what I thought I was doing.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did you make a deal with? I don't remember.
The nature
god. The moose man.
Yeah, the moose.
The moose. The decaying moose.
Yeah. Who wasn't
it was
real?
our counselor.
Yeah.
Classic.
Bummer.
All right, guys, let's get into a little grab bag of questions here. Of course, episode 27 ends with us, getting back to Water's Edge. Everything is fine. Wordsmith thinks everything's also fine, and we're like, no, it's not. Connor goes, pum, pum, pum.
Connor does, boom, 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 pa, pa, pa.
Exactly. But I know there's a lot of parts of these threads that we are going to work on resolving in future episodes. So
before we go, Amanda, Brandon, how did it feel to finally get Connor to punch Wordsmith?
Oh, it was great.
Nice.
Yeah, it felt good.
It was you had a good moment there.
Yeah, it was good. I like to be able to punch big boys, strong men.
Yeah.
And punch them hard and good. And they say, ouch. I like that a lot.
Nice. I also got to use one of my new skills, which I hadn't gotten a chance to use before this episode, which was exciting.
That was fun.
Which one was that?
That was the what the hell, hero?
Oh, yeah. That one was super fun. Yeah.
To make Wordsmith consider the consequences of his actions.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think apparently few people have done in his life.
Apparently.
Well, see, if you don't think about the consequences.
Fuck.
Wordsmith and Connor are very similar.
Handshake emoji.
But Brandon, did you have Punch the Principal on your bingo card for this season?
I'm not gonna say I didn't because, Wordsmith kind of punchable.
Quite.
Quite. But not in a way like, I don't know, I don't have an example, but those actors that are like, they seem like the nicest, sweetest people alive, but they have an extremely punchable face,
Sure.
It's that kind of thing,
I get that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Soup Dumpling, the great Soup Dumpling, would like to know, what is your favorite character voice, NPC or PC, so far this season? Mine is Connor as an evil minion.
That's
Mine
my favorite to do.
remains the wordsmith voice. Still my favorite.
It is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
I like Connor's voice a lot because it is just my voice.
I mean, the dream.
The dream, yeah. It's
Every
really nice.
role player's dream is just to do a character that is doing their own voice.
Mm-hmm. And that's voice acting.
I like Miss Rita because it is all intonation. Is that the right word for how the words come out versus changing the pitch and modulation of your voice? And I think Eric gets a lot of characterization done without like putting on a voice as we would think of it.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Miriam. Miriam's fun. I feel like as I got into it more and more, Miriam just became like, now stick with me, like Borat-ish in my head a little bit.
Okay.
She's very like you doing Benedict Cumberbatch doing an American accent as Doctor Strange, but in this fiction.
Sure.
I was just watching Stranger Things this weekend, and it reminds me of Elle, who like can't really string sentences together properly, because she's like that kind of thing.
Interesting.
And Miriam is so strong-willed and wants only very specific things that it's like, why are we not talking about stew right now? Like, we could be eating stew right now. I like her a lot.
Now that her motivation isn't get answers about World War II, it's stew.
Get stew.
I think she
love
already
that for
did.
her.
I think she kind of dealt with it.
No, I'm saying now that the motivation is no longer get answers
Right.
about World War II, now the first motivation is more stew, please.
It's like, okay, I have access to a library. I have this cool mud shed that I'm hanging out in the woods, which is better than where I was staying before. And I can just go to the store and buy stew. I'm all set, folks.
Rocking and rolling.
Now, I will say carrots in like a beef stew, very good.
See?
They get all the like juice, the beef juices up in them. That's good. That's very tasty.
Okay.
You're telling me that carrots are worse than turnips?
Oh, that's really tough.
Yeah,
no,
turnip?
I don't think so.
That's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah, because they're both on the low tier there. I don't think so. I
A
think
turnip's
turnips are
just
worse
a
than
bad
carrots.
potato when you think
All
about
right. So next party planning will be Brandon tier ranking all vegetables.
That sounds
I think we've already
great.
done
Julia, I
that.
volunteer.
Have you already done that?
on the stream? Maybe.
No, we did fruit.
Okay, well, that was
Oh,
fruit.
okay.
I think
And
vegetables we haven't done
we
yet.
did Thanksgiving dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we did vegetables.
Okay,
Okay.
Let's
well, I'll
get
do
there.
vegetables.
All right.
And a question here from MB Golden. If Water's Edge had a version of Taskmaster, who would be the best and worst at various tasks? Okay, this is great. I've been locked in on Taskmaster New Zealand over the last couple of weeks. I think that Rowan is one of the people who would, like, there are often tasks where you could do a very almost impossible skill-based task, but there's a way to like not have to do it, like, throw a thing really, really far, just like walk up to it, put it through. Rowan would just like beast out on the impossible skill, like she'd be able to like fire an arrow into like a really tiny target or throw a ball really far like onto a landing pad, or just get like the one shot where it takes everybody else 14 shots to try to like triangulate to a hole in one. That is what I think she would pull out. And the obvious things where there's like obviously a logical way to undermine the conception of the task, she would just simply be like, I don't understand.
Yeah, got it.
That makes sense to me.
Have not watched enough Taskmaster to have a really good answer for this, but I do think that Kraft would be the kind of person who like is like, oh, I can trick the system, and then does a thing that does not actually accomplish the task whatsoever. That's a thing that happens a lot, right? Because they're
Yes.
comedians.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That would be Kraft's.
I think Connor. So if I guess slight spoilers, maybe, I don't know. But this past season of the UK version had Maisie Adam, who is a comedian, and her like thing ended up being that like she was so competitive and wanted to win so bad, but was so dumb.
Yeah.
That like that's what Connor would be, you know?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Kraft's just like, I'm not going to take this seriously. Smokes a joint and tries to do the thing.
That is also an archetype, the person who doesn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
I think that the winner of Taskmaster in this world would still be Jason Mantzoukas.
Nice.
But Jason
As it should
Mantzoukas
be.
has the powers of Dionysus from the Percy Jackson adaptation that he's in.
Sick.
So I think it's just pretty much the same.
We'll have to see it. Well, folks, that brings us to the close of another after party. Anything left from these episodes, the Purgatorio arc, or any of the above that you wanted to touch on?
Hey, Kraft's died in the past.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you revealed?
I did
what-
reveal
That's
that at one
distressing.
point.
Did I miss that? Where was that?
Remember, Mr. Mind was like, I died. And Kraft's like, we've all fucking died.
Oh,
Several other people in
yeah.
this room have died before.
Yeah, see, I just thought that was a Julia joke because Julia's very funny. But no, in character, that's dark.
Yeah. Cool. And then he read my mind to find out what happened to me. So
Yes.
that's cool, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But he's
Wild.
dead now. It's fine.
He's dead now, so it's okay.
My final thing, not to get off your very important death train. Do you guys remember 3D Doritos?
I do.
Yes.
Were they like puffed?
Yeah, that shit was good.
Yeah.
Nice.
They were like bugles, but had a bottom almost.
Yeah.
The shape of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was going to provide a mid-roll snack, but really tiny. But no, not good enough.
They do have tiny Dorito that come in can like Pringle.
Oh,
Really?
that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about those guys.
And they're like coin size almost.
Fun.
Tiny Doritos.
I really like that I brought back the pie chart that we've used in many times
Yeah.
during the party.
Oh, you mean how Brandon made loud noises as jokes and then filled in half the pie?
Yes, I do. Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
A classic Brandon moment.
Oh, I'm funny.
Yeah.
I did emphasize, Rafe did emphasize many times to be quiet, and people just sure are not.
To be fair, she probably did say why, because she didn't want to attract her.
Yeah,
friends.
she said
Yeah.
she didn't. She explicitly said,
Yeah.
"We're
Well,
in the cabin.
unfortunately-
I don't want him to know we're there. If we leave the cabin, he might find out."
Well, unfortunately, we have Brandon screaming his funny Grugle on our podcast. So
That's true. That's true. That is
That's all
his
you need.
nickname.
How did you know my high school pseudonym? What do you call that?
superlative.
Yeah, how did you know my high school superlative?
Most
I don't
likely
know.
to shout if it's funny.
Most likely to scream.
All right, folks. Anything that you're excited to follow up on in our Who Can Say / next issue on Join the Party? I, for one, am pretty excited to see if Wordsmith changes his attitude toward responsibility after admitting to us at the end of episode 27 that he didn't expect Fatberg to follow up on his threats. Like, Wordsmith did basically say to us, I underestimated him, I fucked up. And I'm curious to see if that changes in the rebuilt Water's Edge. Not optimistic, but I'm curious.
I am excited / curious to see what happens with the mentorship program, because I think Kraft still has some feelings about whether or not she's going to intern with a mad scientist, or not a mad scientist, just a scientist.
A sane
Definitely not a
scientist.
mad one.
We should call all scientists who aren't mad sane scientists.
Mm.
That's a good idea, just to differentiate.
Can't believe we're going to sane wash the scientists. That's crazy.
As always, I'm looking forward to prom.
Mm-hmm. One day. One day Connor will be
One
hopeless
day.
at prom.
That's all I got. I'm looking forward to learning more about when Kraft died, I guess.
We'll see.
Over the last 3 minutes that you've learned that happened, you've been
Yeah, because
excited
I'm
about
really
it? Yeah.
excited about it now.
Super stoked about it, bruh.
I mean, there's lots of threads that I would love to pull on, so we'll see what we end up doing. Wink.
Can't wait. Well, everybody say goodbye to the audience. And as always, we'll see you next Tuesday with a brand new episode.
Goodbye, audience.
Later.
May your rolls trend ever upward.